Hello, I'm Mark Turn from PersonalDevelopment.Training. Today in this short video I'll share with you heal your inner critic by becoming aware of your thoughts. People's inner critics come from negative thinking. Negative thoughts that you might have about yourself or your surroundings can lead to a critical voice telling you that, no matter what you do, you will never be good enough. The inner critic may say things like you are always so clumsy, or you are so stupid. These thoughts are often lies because they are not based in reality. Just focusing on your inner fears, doubts, and insecurities isn't an effective strategy to deal with your inner critic. Keep focusing on the negative has the problem that you are still listening to and validating your inner critic. Dethroning your inner critic requires you stop listening to it. You have to become aware of your inner critic thoughts and you have to choose how you do respond to them. This is important because you can't change what you don't acknowledge. It's important to pay attention to the voice of the inner critic and figure out what it's trying to do. It should be your friend that encourages you to take action and try new things, not hold you back from doing stuff. The first thing you need to do is identify the voice of the inner critic, what it is saying. Once you have identified these thoughts, you can find ways to counteract them, coming up with ways of responding and neutralizing the critic's voice. For example, if your inner critic tells you that you are not good enough, then remind yourself that this is just a thought and not a fact. Maybe you can't silence your inner critic for good, but for sure you can learn how to better manage it. 1. Challenge your negative self-talk. The first approach is just to write down your thoughts, then challenge them. For example, if you think, "I am not good enough," then challenge that thought by asking yourself questions like, 1. What is the evidence for this? How do I know I am not good enough? 2. Is this thought helpful to me? Is it true that I am not good enough? 3. What would be more helpful for me to think about myself and my life right now? The best time to do this exercise is just before bed at night. This will help you see your thoughts in black and white without any distractions for better analysis. 2. Try my inner critic card game. A variation of the above exercise is to use a card game to challenge and desensitize recurring critic thoughts. It works this way. 1. Identify your critical thoughts. 2. Write them down on index cards for easy reference. 3. Read the list to yourself, one by one, until you're bored of hearing what your inner critic has to say. 4. Choose a card at random and respond to it with a positive affirmation, or challenge it with the questions of the previous tips if you prefer. 5. Repeat steps 4 and 5 until you've read all the cards. Do this a few times each day for a week, and see your inner critic voice gradually fade away. 3. Silencing your inner critic by journaling your thoughts. Start writing your thoughts and feelings in a journal every day, throughout the day. When the critical thoughts and feelings come up, just write them down. At first, it could be for you very hard to do this. You could feel like a failure for having such negative thoughts and feelings. But the more you write, the more you'll realize how common these thoughts and feelings are. When you start to recognize your inner critic as just another part of yourself, it becomes easier to let go of the need to control your thoughts and feelings. You start to realize that you are not your thoughts or feelings. They are just passing through you. They are not you. You can accept your feelings and thoughts as they come, without needing to judge them or change them. You can learn to simply observe the passing parade of thoughts and feelings, and let them be. 4. Taming your inner critic. Rick Hansen at ideas.ted.com, link in the video description, shows how to exploit your conflict with your inner critic to put it back in its place. It involves another part of your inner mind, the nurturer, that will support you in your hardest times against the inner critic, helping you to mine its credibility and rebuild your power on you. Check the article for more. In conclusion, you can get rid of your inner critic by becoming aware of your thoughts. Once you understand that it is just a voice in your head, you can then step back and choose how to respond to it. You do not have to let the inner critic define you. Choose your path and follow it. In the next video we'll see how can you stop your inner critic from debasing you with harsh words and convert it to a wise counselor. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it or found it useful, I invite you to give it a thumbs up. Now, if you're ready to overcome your inner critic and get a head start towards developing your self-confidence, while learning to have more courage and set your path towards unleashing your personal power, Take action now and enroll in my free 30-day self-confidence challenge. Click the link in the video description below and visit us at www.thesolution2.com/freeconfidence. See you in the next video.